Hello and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob and I call myself Sansomi. And today is the time. We're going to Highbury to Emirates Stadium now, isn't it? They've changed the stadium. Let's see, facilities here, Emirates, yes, of course. Many years since they changed that and I'm still stuck with the old one. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. We've had some problems during this time here. The transfer window has opened up. They have made bids on both Fischer and on Flahaven, and I have rejected, not rejected, I'm trying to negotiate more money out of it, but it seems like it's going to go not our way. And another thing is that oh no, brain freeze. Another thing is that that they took back Corey as expected, of course, because we didn't want to play him like we should, or in the position where we should play him, so to speak. He did play every week and stuff like that, but he didn't get to play where they wanted me to play him. So we're not going to be able to put in a very good side either, because I see Huis is tired as well. Let's see if we can improve. It's the same thing, just the other way around. So let's have Paris play in that position. And can we at least get a Fuka back on the right side? Yes, we can. And you have to play with that, but we're gonna need to change the striking pair, because none of them are fresh enough to play today. So we're gonna have to go down here, and should we play Simmons or should we play something else? You know what? Let's play Wade there and Akin Whale as a striker there, and we're just gonna have to see what happens. Good day for them to show if they are something that people want to buy or teams want to buy as well. So let's just get the game underway, because we all know that we shouldn't stand a chance in this one. There should be a lot of ball falling into our goal in this game. Let's see, who do they put on the pitch there? Pereira, Terrani, McQueen, a lot of, in my mind, reserve players, right? Memphis Depay is not a reserve player, that's for sure. And you don't know, because we're into season 5 here, right? So they might be star players that I don't know about. So let's pump our fists. Yeah, nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose. We're gonna make £1 million, I hope, in this game. Yeah, Arsenal has not scored on us yet. 5 minutes. So I'm proud of my lot. But of course, Arsenal is going to win this game. There's no other scenario that I see in this game. But yeah, played if we can. Of course, we want to be making a game that we can be proud of. And oh, here they come, and he runs away from the entire team, and there they score. And I forgot to change the goalkeeper. I think I'm going to change a lot of players, or as many players as I can in half time, because of course it's just 3 players, and Jason Steele is one of those, even though he has already played in the Premier League. For many of these players, they'll never get to play against their Premier League team again, so maybe I should be into the second half. I'm going to give a couple of players the chance to play, like Terenzi, maybe. Yeah, we'll just have to see who we do bring in. Here's a Fuka, Jude. Oh, we actually created a chance. That's interesting. But here they come again with a corner, and oh, Jude getting rid of that ball. That's nice. And both Flahaven and Corey Andrews missing out on this game, but I thought I'm not sorry. I think that the point that we did get against Fleetwood is more important than trying and beat Arsenal. We know we can't beat them. 10 out of 10 times they win against us, or 9.9999999 times they beat us. And it is better to use our best players in the games that we really need to win or need to get points in. So, but yeah, of course, it's a sad thing because this is the kind of games that everybody wants to play. So, but I feel that Flahaven will have the opportunity. I think he will be back. He played for Arsenal before we got him. He left Arsenal without playing in the first team. He played in the under-23 and stuff like that. Wasn't good enough to get a new contract, so we signed him, and that's the way it has been. So, but I think my lads are standing up. 2-0. Yeah, I would accept something like that. Toby Egan has been playing good today as well. So yeah, I'm not as Garner trying to reach somebody, but they just close us down so quickly. There's no way we can do anything about this game. We just have to. There's loads of spectators, it looks like, so hopefully we will get £1 million or something out of this game, and that is what we will have to be looking at and feeling the accomplishment of getting a shitload of dough, that maybe we can improve on things in our as a club, improve the training facilities, and getting more coaches is the two things that I want to do. But you never know what the club says. They might be having other ideas what the money should be brought in or used to. Maybe they want to expand the stadium again. And I don't want that. I think we have enough with attendance positions. I mean, we can have 5.5 thousand spectators in our home game. And I think that's good enough for where we are at the moment. I would say that it was a stupid mistake by the board to increase it with those 1,000 that that they did, because I don't think that that they should have done that. Let's see, who do we have? Nobody there. Maybe a Fuka can come out. We have Fisher. Yeah, let's bring in Fisher. Gardner tired. Let's bring in Huys to get the opportunity to play there. You know what? I'm going to go in here then, because I want Huys to be there. That's for sure. And one man more maybe? Who should that be? Terenzi? I think Terenzi is going to be getting the opportunity as well. Here we go. So 3 more players get the opportunity to play. I'm not allowed to do any more changes. So no more players can get the opportunity to play against Arsenal. But yeah, now they're running away with it. Now they're having their fun. But yeah, I think we should be proud of this, and look at the spectators here. 60,704, and 3,000 came from Welling to look at this game. That's good. You can all come next home game in the league as well. Every one of you are welcome there. So yeah, but this is running away with us. Carl Coleman is really bad today. Hughes with a corner, and Wade Wade was close to scoring there. Would have been great for him to be on the score sheet against Arsenal, I guess. Memphis Depay. And yeah, everything happens the way it's supposed to. We are out of the FA Cup and we should be happy that we came this far, and especially that we got a Premier League team away. It's the dream we all dream about. I don't care about if they won with 20-0. I don't care about that. It's the 60,000, almost 61,000 spectators in which we will get half the money for. That's why we want to get this far in the FA Cup. I'm satisfied with this. I've no problem going out against this team. Don't care that you don't like it because whatever. We're out of the FA Cup, but we made some money, I hope. Let's have a look. 167,000, is that all? Are you kidding me? I was pretty sure that we were going to get some more money out of that. 60,000 spectators and we get... Ah, crap. We can't do anything with that kind of money. Holy smoke, we can only pay you those 10%. So suggest that one. They want 1.4. I'm not gonna lend him for a lot of money. We have players to keep us alive now the rest of the season. Let's just try and keep down the wage bills and stuff like that. So let's do without Corey. Or Kerry. FA Cup humiliation. I don't care about that either. I thought we were going to get £1 million. Crap it. Oh well. Foster races player fitness concerned. Yeah. I was so sure we was going to get loads of money on an away game. I mean, that kind of money ain't much to write home about. That's no... We're fighting to get so far in the FA Cup, so to get an away game, and that is what we make? That's not right. There's got to be something wrong about that. There's got to be something really wrong about that. That's got to be something that has happened. That's a bug in the game or something. You can't be making that little money. Oh well. Not much I can do about it. I can't go in and program the thing to give us more money in the game, but... Damn it. I was so sure. Just give me $1 million here and I will build the stadium. So we are going to... Is there players on their way out of the club? Yeah, Muir, but I've been rejected. I have rejected Jake Fisher and Neil Flahavan. I've redrawn there. And I think I've redrawn, rejected, negotiation. You see, they want to pay me 575. I want 1 million for him, and I actually want 500,000 if he plays in the international. I'm going to take that away now. I'm going to give them 1 million, but I want percentage, 25%, and I want a game arranged here. And maybe I could lower this to 500,000. If you, in installments, you can play them in that kind of installment, pay me another 500,000. Let's try this, and we lock everything in like that. Let's see if that is something that they will agree on. That is something I would be okay with. Maybe even end of the season so that he plays this season out with us. Negotiate. I'm not going to be suggesting let's negotiate it. Let it draw out. Come on. I would be satisfied with that. 500,000 upfront, 500,000 in installments, and then 25% if when they sell him on. And yeah, I would be happy with that. Let's see what happens now then. Welling United, Arsenal, no offers for Mad Mikkels. I was pretty sure I was going to get them lent out now in this window. I'm going to, no, not transfer, I'm going to loan them out. I'm going to give them they can use them however they want to, both of them, Matt Bidstrup as well. But they can only be lent, so they don't have to pay for them. I just want them to get work permit. Burnley trial offer for Fisher. No, I don't want to send him out on a trial. Let's see, Southampton stall over the Wimbledon. No, that's another business here. Bradford makes a Leeds, make a Thompson. That's none of my players. Yeah. I need to get ready for work as well. I might have done something stupid starting to record this episode, because this can be a long one with all the transfer things happening. So yeah, but we don't know. Let's just try to move quickly, and I will try not to miss anything of the news. I'm gonna try and stay alert here so that I can read everything and don't miss out on anything. I'm actually hoping for that they sign him, that they sign Fisher. I mean, Fisher, I've had high hopes for him. I still have high hopes for him. I think he can become really good, but of course, money talks down here as well. So yeah, still no offer. I need to spam this to get them lent out, because I need them to be lent out so that I can use them later on. Getting this joins, yeah, that's nothing without. Aston Villa trial offer for Fisher for 1 week. I'm gonna say no, because I don't want them to leave the club. Neil Flahaven. Now, same thing here. I'm actually going to go for 600,000 here, and then I want installments. We can take it like that, and I want another 500,000, and then I want percentage 25, and I want arranged friendly, and then we just lock everything except for this one. We say end of the season, but we leave it unlocked so that they can change that if they want to. Let's negotiate. I think that will be okay money. I think we can do something with that. Southampton in offer. What is happening? Offer worth 1 million plus future. The 1 million? That's good. Yeah, I'll take that. The deal complies with Welling United will have to pay the outstanding amount still owed by Fisher on his previous agreed loyalty bonus. This figure around to stand £650. The highest fee Welling United have ever received for a player was Oscar Thorne, 400,000 transfer to Burnley. However, it is believed Fisher may hold on any circumstance decision in the hope of that Newcastle make an offer for him. Chairman Kyle feels that, all right, £1 million. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to protest the transfer. £1 million is good amount of money. That's for sure, and that will be enough, I think, to expand on the. Let's look at this. Can we look at the offer here? How it looks? It is the offer that I told them to. Yeah, they agreed to my terms, so that's perfect. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope that Neil Flahavan makes the same decision. So then we will have 1 million now, and 1.1 million will come into the club in that case. So this is perfect. That's a lot of money for us. Now I know I could see that there were teams in this division buying players for 1.7 million. We are nowhere near, and there's no possibility I'm going to buy players for this. No matter if we get so bad that we fall out of this division, I'm not going to be buying any players. I'm still going to, as long as we're down here, we're still going to be looking for free transfers and stuff like that, and try to slowly build up this club to become something great. Perfect. Reapply. I'm going to apply for the... Maybe there is a small little chance here all of a sudden. I don't know why. We're going to apply for it anyway. And would be cool if we could use him in the games. And then we have a game against Port Vale coming up. I'm forgetting about the games. I'm just so focused on the transfers here, because that is a lot of money for us. I know that it's just peanuts for those big clubs, but it's a lot of money for us. And if we can get those, I will be so happy. And still nobody wants to sign any of them on loan, and I'm just going to continue to try and get them out of loan. I think it's strange that none... Let's see if we can't... Denmark. Let's just add Denmark and see if we can lend them out to Denmark, because they are Danish, or this player is, of course, from the Faroe Island, but that's something that belongs to Denmark. So let's go with this. Danish clubs should be having the opportunity, and I think I'm going to do the same with Bistrup. He is actually Danish, so that will be good. All clubs from Denmark, and details. And yes, and yeah, let's regular starter and as a midfielder, offers to club in Denmark. Makes more sense then. And Newcastle 1.1. I guess it's the offer that I negotiated, that they have accepted and have left, and the board has immediately said yes, we take that offer. So yeah, and the work permit did not go through when it comes to Matt Mikkelsen. I hope they go to Denmark, both of them, and get no, clubs declined to make an offer for Matt Mikkelsen. That's so strange. Really strange, to be honest. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out another way to get that working, but I don't know how. Liverpool losing against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. Papa John's Trophy. And we're still in that, aren't we? We're going to face Chelsea under 23, if I'm not mistaken. Wellstones, Potts update. Hamilton and Richmond to tweet. Let's just move on. Let's get to the game. And we can soon have £1 million on the bank anyway, despite being robbed from the Arsenal game. Because I'm pretty sure that we should have had a lot of... I'm looking at the... They're not lowering the ticket price because I'm a low-level team. So they're going to take the same price for the ticket as they would in the league. And being Manchester United, for example, you have 1.7 million bringing in. That's, let's say that Arsenal have a lower price ticket on that ticket price. And everything like that, they would still be making at least £1 million in attendance money, and that would have been £500,000 for us, and we were nowhere near getting that kind of money. So that's a shame. That's really a shame. 3 offers here, and he's going to... These ones, I can reject that then, because they are not going to let me negotiate. We have two very attractive offers here now for two of our players, and they've decided he's going to join them in the summer. All right, I said, oh crap, that was a mistake, to be honest. Yes, it's good that we get to keep them the season out, but by doing that, I'm not going to be able to do anything about the training situation until... Ah, crap, why did I do that? I should have just let them go at once, and we would have had the money on the bank, and we could have expanded the training facilities already. But yeah, I guess we do make some mistakes from time to time. I was just looking out for trying to have as much money as much possibilities to stay in this division as possible, and which, when I think about it, we will do without those two players, so it wouldn't have been the end of the world. So yeah, that's a shame. I should have sold him right off, I guess. Oh well, you can't win them all. At least we get some real good money for them. Yeah, so, and I guess Flahaven will also leave. I don't know if that is a done deal or not, but... And Bennett, you shouldn't be playing if you're in need of a rest. But he doesn't say that. Yeah, his mass sharpness. He's gaining sharpness, but it's not... So anyway, it's going to be tough. The rest of the season is going to be tough here now. I think I want to try and reduce the salaries, the wage budget and stuff like that, just because we have sold players for almost 2 million now does not mean that we can afford to have the salary that we have at the moment. We could have that perhaps for a season or two, but after that, where would we be? So we want to bring that down, and of course we want to bring it down by getting rid of the players that we don't really need and we don't want. Players like Joe Bennett earning a lot of money, and actually I think Terenzi is a better left defender than Joe Bennett, so why keep him on in that situation, so to speak? So, but yeah, but I had so high hopes when it comes to Matt Bistrup and Man Mikkelsen, and I was pretty sure that coming the transfer window for the Danish clubs, they would be interested in borrowing him, but none of them showed interest in it. So I'm going to try all of the Nordic countries. I'm going to try Denmark again, and I'm going to try Sweden, Norway, maybe even Iceland. Yeah, so as Andrews. And so how many people will we have coming to see this game? What will the attendance be in this game? Home against Port Vale. Port Vale is not a top team. They're a bottom team, and I think it's too much this with all the offers for players and stuff like that. We don't seem to have control of ourselves in this game. So yeah, we could really use some stability now. Get rid of everything. Get every transfer deal out of the way. I don't care that if they go at once or if they're gonna wait until the summer. But I think both of them are gonna wait until the summer. I'm pretty sure of that. We know Fisher is gonna wait to summer, but Neil Flahaven, I think it's gonna be the same deal there. I don't think that they see that they are not finished products for them. especially. They're finished product for us. They're good enough to be finished product for us. Even Fisher, I think Fisher could do a really good job, given that we didn't have, for example, Jude running there on the left side. If we didn't have him, I think Fisher would do a good job for us and be a player week out and week in for us out there. So, but as it is now, oh, Jake Fisher scoring. I guess he's happy being sold. He wants to show his happiness, I guess. So Jake Fisher, I don't remember. I think he came from our. Wasn't he one of the players that we got from our youth work, so to speak? I'm going to have a look at that. Because I thought, oh, Corey Andrews, and we have turned it around, and it's assist by Jake Fisher. Maybe Jake Fisher should be given the opportunity to play instead of Jude. Maybe we should have left Jude back and let Jake Fisher, because Jude is costing a lot of money as well. If they would bring him back, what, £1,200 every week. Now we know that until the next season we're going to need a new left midfielder then, because I don't think we can continue with Jude, and Jake Fisher is going to disappear now. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a problematic situation for us, I think, but hopefully we can solve it, and yeah, so on, so that we can continue to play good football. But we're going to be able to fix. I think we're going to be able to build out the training facilities in the summer, which is good enough for me. And there is Gary Garner making it 3-1. Brilliant. And yeah, I'm really loving this. I mean, I would have liked to keep the players, both Neil Flahavan and Jake Fisher. I think Jake Fisher, most of all, have some real great potential. And but yeah, what can we do? We can't stand up against Premier League teams when they want the players. And yeah, maybe in 2 or 3 years, or if we'd had better training facilities and stuff, maybe then they would have been worth more and we could have gotten more money out of them. Here's Corey Andrews again. Corey Andrews. So 4-1 here. That's a good victory. And yeah, as I said, I guess we're going to have to wait for the money until the end of the season. But that was a good win for us. But just getting them sold, that's just a thought about getting £1 million into the bank account to be able to do stuff with. That is tremendous. Corey Andrews scoring 2 goals today, making another great effort. We can see our finances really need that offloading of players. So yeah, let's move on here and see what we can do. We still have 2 games left to play. Did I see open? Yeah, we did see open situation here. Let's see what we can do here. We have no game, no match. We have a game against Port Vale. We have no match this weekend. Then we should try to bring in more games, shouldn't we? Or more training, I mean. And we should try to get you know what? I'm going to cancel here. I'm going to try to get you might not like it, but I'm going to try and see if we can't find somebody larger reputation team. Maybe Dundee United. No, we're going to lose money on that. maybe a similar south end. We're gonna make money of that, so let's try and get of that as a friendly. Which yeah, just that I just want to try to press in as much as I can here, and I want them to get the games and stuff like that they need to become better. I just realized that I'm not going to change jobs. I'm happy at Welling. I'm going to be at Welling as long as they allow me to stay here. I just realized that we forgot to put Jason Steele back into the team. So we beat Port Vale with Toby Egan in the goal. Maybe Toby Egan should have a run of games here now. I really don't see any point of chasing every point now. Maybe we should just try to keep this season trying to rotate players as much as possible so that we can improve as many players as possible with a lot of training, with a lot of rest, and playing games more randomly, and giving a lot of more players the opportunity to play first team football here. Take advantage that we have so many players that we have. I mean, why play the same players week out and week in? We can turn it around now, but as long as we don't go out of this division, because that's the important thing. The important thing is that we stay in this division. Nothing else is important, to be honest. Now that we have money on the way in, so that we can expand on our training facility in the summer and stuff like that. That is really going to be nice. Now this is only a friendly, so I'm going to be taking it as an instant result, because I just wanted to fill out the space there, but I don't want you to suffer through a friendly, so it's going to be an instant result in that one once we are there. I'm just going to see what kind of players will I play. Will I change a couple of players so that we can rest some and get more and more players into the first team playing, and yeah, maybe sort of figure out a way to rotate as good as possible. And the only thing I need to have the best team is we have at least one more game in the Papa John's Trophy. There I want, of course, to be having as many good players as possible. Other than that, I don't really care. Let's give Van Vance the opportunity to play again. And let's put in some players here like Oliver, like Jude Russell is not fit enough to play. We could make commercial for some players like Rabbit and stuff like that as well, like players like what we are trying to sell. Unfortunately, we can't do commercial for these two, which is of course the sad part. Let's see, Paris Neal, that's the left midfielder since he's injured. Sam Daly, let's go with this and see what we can do. We're going to have Jake Fisher's going to be playing from start to this day. And then we have Daly playing with Flahaven. Paris should be playing, not Fisher then. Joseph Rabbits on the left defender. Oliver, I give him the chance on the right instead of Vance. Vance is such a complainer. And then we have Kaya, and of course we need someone else playing in that. I'm going to play Jake Fisher instead of Neil Flahaven as well. And then we really could use a good central defender or somebody that has the potential to become something. He's 19, so let's give him the opportunity to play today together with Kaya, just like that. and then instant results. Let's just go with it and let's get this on the way. Let's see if we manage to win that game. The result will come up on the screen here afterwards. And we lost it. That's not an Oliver Newton. Really bad for us. While McMahon making a really good game. So yeah, that was strange. I didn't think Newton would be making such a bad game, but okay. The friendly is played. Marcus Muir getting injured. That's not good. Now that we are sorting out and taking away players, getting rid of some players, Hampton and Richmond, Weldon, Potts, Foster. Now I need, before I do anything else, I'm going to be clearing, we're going to have to put in, and in some situation here, I'm going to be going into Mad Bistrop, transfer, offer to clubs, loan offer and targets. Let's see how many nations we can put in there, because I want it to be Sweden as well. And do we have, come on, all nations. Do we have Norway? Norway is there, yes. Do we have Iceland? I would be happy with Iceland as well. He can't play, we can't play Europe. Ireland, Iceland could be. Iceland is in the European Union as I know it. So he wouldn't have to gain a work permit. And then I want him to be a regular starter and a central midfielder. And then just, I guess we would just offer him, oh, we can do that here as well. Okay, that's good. We offer him away then. And then we have Matt Mickelson. We want to do the same with him. Same offer to clubs and others. What is that? Targets. Why don't I get the same opportunity? What? Because I want to sell him. I want to lend him away. Now I get them. Oh, Christ. I got scared there. Let's see, we have Faroe Islands. Let's see, we'll include that as well. He could come home and play for his home country, Norway. And let's see, Sweden. And let's bring in Iceland as well. I think that is a good alternative as well. Yeah, and he's going to be a regular starter, playing on the right side. Don't care how you use him otherwise, in other ways. So there we go. Now we have done that. And now we're just going to have to move on to the next game. I think we played 2 games so far this episode. So we have Tranmere Rovers and J-Will left to play. Taking a little time. Oh, look at that. I know my attention span is really short. So, but yeah, we have these 2 games left, and then we're going to play Chelsea under 23 in the Papa John's Trophy. The first game in the next episode, so which is next week. So yeah, clubs decline. No, nobody wants him. That's so strange. Alta. Yes, finally somebody wants to lend him. Okay, he can be a star player, attacking midfielder, right winger. All right, we go for that. I think that's the Alta. I think they're Icelandic, right? Or where? No, from Norway. The Norwegians are interested in lending him. That would, I'm happy with that. Players removed from your shortlist. I don't know if they are anything. Oh, look at that. He seems to be a good player. And they're both available. I'm going to be and like that and like that. And is there any way I can sign them? No, not that one. But this one I can sign. But do I want to sign him? He looks good. Polish player. I'm not going to get a work permit for him unless he has he can talk English, but he's not of English here, so I can't sign him, even though he's been in Sheffield United. I guess he signed before the Brexit. So yeah, I can't do that. Let's see what we can do now then. That's the South End. Southampton make loan approach for Hannibal. That's a player that I would love to loan down here. But yeah, I can't do that. Barnes training report. He's improved, looking good. So let's say that he has been training well. But he needs to be better. I mean, the games that he's been given has all been crappy, to be honest. He hasn't made any good game that I can remember, that I can see, that I've seen. It's been sent off, been injured, been really crappy, being the worst player on the pitch. There's a lot of things that he's been, but not very good. So yeah, I should really try to get Matt Bistrup out there again and try to lend him out again, but yeah, it's not easy. It's certainly not easy. I hope that Matt Mikkelsen gets a lot of play time in Norway and that he actually makes a good impression and can earn himself a work permit here. And if not, maybe he can earn himself a transfer to that club. We might be getting some money out of it. I don't know. But I don't think I'm going to be signing any more players without work permit, because this was not fun. I should want to have a affiliate club where I could send players to get games when they didn't get work permit in this, like affiliate with some Danish club or something like that, some team inside of the European Union. And yeah, let's go on. Let's see. Havant, Archer, that's nothing interesting for us. And he's going to join Newcastle. Nathan has agreed term. He's looking forward to joining such a... He will stay until the summer. That him as well. 1.1 million in fee, percentage of net share, arrange friendly, and 25%, 15 of which will go to Arsenal because he came from Arsenal. That's right. So we only get 10% of the next transfer. That's sad, but at least we get 10%. So let's hope he becomes a really good striker, and being sold for let's say 10 million, then we receive 1 million. That's okay in my book. Now let's have a look at Fisher, because I think he came from our youth system, which is so surprisingly, if that is he is from Welling. And he's been with us since the very beginning as well. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So that he hasn't been given that many games, so which might have been a mistake by me then, because maybe I should have played him. But maybe there's more potential than I know I can see this, but he's not been developing. But he might very well be doing that in Southampton. Southampton is quite famous for developing players, so yeah. Man makes an agreed to join Alta. I'm going to do like that. I'm going to go compare, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. So at least we've gotten rid of him, or gotten rid of it's not the right words. We have given him a new place to try and get a work permit so he can come back as a new player here. We're going to try this one again. Of course, lend. We don't only want to lend him out. We want him to be... You know what? We're going to crap about that. Let's place just like they're going to use him like that. And then we go... Let's see, what kind of countries? Denmark, of course. And we want Norway to be involved. We want Sweden to be involved. We want, as I said, Iceland. Now, which other small country belongs to the European Union that he can play in? Malta? I don't know if they're... Luxembourg should be in the European Union. So let's add that one. And what else? Who else? Holland, but I think he's not good enough to play in Holland. Greece, maybe he could get into Greece. Let's add them as well. And yeah, offers to club, just to see if we can get him to it's not that he needs a work permit in the European Union. It's because he is a European Union player that he won't be having any problems going to those countries. So yeah, that's why. And here we go. A lot of teams. That's good. Even in Greece. Oh, a couple of Greece teams. Let's go loan offer, loan offer, loan offer. And they are willing to pay some money for him as well. So let's get into this one, I guess. £450. Yeah, let's accept that. It's going to be a star player for them as well. So let's accept all loan offers. I don't care about the money. I just want to accept all the loan offers because I want him to get that work permit for us. And he needs to be playing games in order to get that work permit. So yeah, let's hope he joins a club and gets games under his belt so that we can get, as I said, get that work permit, because I think they are good players, both of them. Both of those Mads players are good players. I'm sure of it. So if they just get to play week out and week in, they're going to be showing us that they are deserving of a work permit. So let's hope for that. Tottenham have made Davies loan decision. They've lent him out. Oh crap. Norwich make loan approach for Divine. Yeah, I would love to lend him as well, but I can never afford his kind of salary. What was it? Valued at 600,000. Is that all? Is he not worth any more than 600,000? Well, have he become a more promising player during from 21 to 22? Because in FM 22 he starts somewhere around 30 millions or something like that most of the time. So I guess he's a better player than he was in this game. Let's see. Let's move on here. We need to put some speed up here so that we can get on with it. Now, should I continue with Toby Egan? I think I'm going to do that, actually. Give him a couple of games. Now, let's just look at this heart and see who we're going to play. We're going to be playing Carl. We're going to be playing some mid defenders here now. Widget is looking 100%. Kaya isn't, but Kaya is not a central defender. We have Perkins. Why not choose Teddy Perkins as his companion? And then we have the left. We have Bennett, Butler and Terenzi, and they're all fresh. Maybe we should play with Bennett to try and get him sold. And then we are searching for a right midfielder. A focus position. He's tired, so he's not going to be playing. Jake Fisher is going to leave us, so he can play there. Let's put Jake Fisher in that position. Defensive midfielder. We have Gardner injured. Emil Huys looking good. Let's play with Huys then. Mahona is looking good as well, so that's okay. Left, Jude is looking good. Flahaven is fully fresh, and Corey Andrews is fully fresh. So, yeah. Jason Steele on the bench, of course. And then we're going to go... Are we going to have Jude Russell, of course, and then a left with Terenci. Then we're going to have some midfielders here, I guess. It looks like McMahon is the only one not injured and so on. Luke Collins, can he? Oh, he can become something. So let's have him on the bench as the offensive one. And we have... What else do we have? We're going to have somebody to be a striker. Let's go for Alfie Matthews. And then I think I'm going to go with Paris Neil. So, let's see what this team can do. I mean, to be honest, both Neil Flahaven and Jake Fisher should be really glad now and shouldn't be having any problems with the team. So it shouldn't be a problem for them to make good games here now. They have their future secured. Flahaven going back to the Premier League, while Jake Fisher is going to get up there and try his best. Andrews not getting the best out of that situation. So we are going to try and see if we can't have a little more, give them a little more players the opportunity to play and not have a sort of the same team week out and week in. We're going to try and give as many players as possible the opportunity to play so that they can develop as players and hopefully earn us some money, because who knows what we have, what kind of gems we have hidden among our players. The contracts offer, I mean, I am thinking that, whoa, Jake Fisher! Great scoring. Now, I'm thinking a lot about Charlie Wiggett, because I know that there was teams that have tried to buy him from me, and if there's any chance that he has continued to develop, then perhaps those teams will be back hunting him. And oh crap, that was close, but not close enough. We didn't score there. Here's Bennett. Perkins. No. That's the Davis for Tranmere. There's Cole. Fine long way out to Wilson there. Wilson gets it in and ooh, the heads it over. That's good. So where are Tranmere? They're above us. So this would be a really good thing to win, I must say. Huys. And nobody's there from Welling to put that in. At least we have two players staying back this time. And this is not the way you play, lads. But at least Toby Egan saves that one and it's a corner. You can't play like that. Toby Egan getting that ball and holding on to it without any major issues. Flahaven getting it forwards to Andrews, and Andrews, oh! I wonder if Corey Andrews is going to be able to continue to score goals now when Flahaven is leaving. So the question is, will Corey Andrews be as good next season as he's been this season? And will he continue to score this season? Because you also know that there is a mentality factor to take into consideration, that he knows that Flahaven is going to leave him, and that might be problematic for some players. They feel that how am I going to be able to do something about this next season when I don't have Flahavan? And then there are players that it's the other way around that say, oh, then let's use the time I have with Flahavan here and score as much as I can and make as great an effort as I can. Maybe I can even find a greater club to join because I put in a lot of effort this season. So yeah, of course, loads of things can happen. I wonder how it goes for Oscar Thorne. I have a little feeling about going to Burnley and taking a look at him and see if he's played any games or if those 400,000 was a waste of money for Burnley. I don't know. We are way down in the system, and players playing good down here rarely do play good higher up. But yeah, unless they are very young, very talented, they could be on the way up, which Oscar Thorne, with all due respect, he was he was only 19, so I guess he's 20 now, but he was only 19, so yeah, he is a young player with potential to develop, of course, but yeah, I don't know if he had that high potential. We're just going to have to wait and see if we hear anything about him later on. Now, I know that the Jake Fisher transfer money, though, will be all coming to us. So if Jake Fisher becomes a superstar or a great player, and let's say that they get 10 million from him, we are going to get 2.5 million from that deal, which of course is a dream come true if we can get that. No, right, I forgot to bring in somebody to take his position. That's not good. But we're going to be putting in a couple of changes here. I'm going to be doing like that. And I'm going to take out Jude because I want to have him taking and then we're going to take out this one and put in Luke Collins. And then we can't do any more changes, so Jake Fisher is going to have to continue the game out with his injury. Let's hope it's not a serious injury. Let's hope it's not a contract-breaking injury. So that here's Matthews, Alfie Matthews. Oh, smokes! Let's see. Hughes with the corner. And the corner goes in, and Andres, not good enough there either. Here's White. Here's Grant, and oh, good Coleman, good. Still there's a couple of minutes left to play for, and we have only got 2 goals ahead of them. So a lot can happen now, especially now that we have changed in a lot of 3 players that are not used to being in the first team, and taking out players like Jude and so on, and yeah, we're just gonna have to see if we can hold this out 4 minutes of that at a time, and that is what is left. And if they don't score within a minute here now, I think I'm gonna feel secure that we're gonna be taking 3 points. We might not be having a 2-0 win, but we're gonna take 3 points. If we just can hold out to the 92nd minute, I'm sure about that. And it looks like we are going to be able to do that. Kenna, Cole, Heskik, and Toby Egan. Toby Egan has been brilliant today again, and I think I'm going to go with Toby Egan now. Not for the rest of the season, but in the most of the games, so that he can... Maybe we can get him to start developing as well. Because we know we don't need every single point now. I'm happy with every point we can take, and I'm happy if we can end up in the playoff position, but we don't have to struggle about the points. It doesn't make a big difference if we end up down here. So giving more players the opportunity to develop could be beneficial for us further down the line. So that's why I want to have this rotation system now, so that we can perhaps get a couple of other players to develop and earn money like we've done on Flahaven and Jake Fisher here. And interesting that it is a Welling United youth player that we do get a lot of money for. That's just such a wonderful feeling about that. Makes me proud to be a Welling United manager. We have developed these players, and yeah. Phew, I wonder if he's anything. Oh, he looks good as well, but... And he's a left. Not another striker. We can't sign any more players. Go on, move on. Move along. Nothing to see. I mean, I would buy up every player there is, it seems like. He's gotten a flu, so let's send him, use the club doctor with him. Let's hope he doesn't make everybody ill. But yeah. So, interesting. Gladwin resumed to full training, that's good. Andrews on verge of team of and AI player match milestone, alright. He could actually... Man of the match. I thought it was goals, but he's been man of the match 12 times so far. And the current record is by Scott Brown, 10 player of the match, but he's been 12 times. Alright. 9 player of the match in the league. Okay, 3 times has been in the cups then. Alright. That's cool. That's really cool. And I think he will probably find that way as well, because he's going to score another hat-trick before the season is over. I'm pretty sure of it. Neil Flanagan is staying. And so are the other players. It doesn't seem like anybody is going out, being sold. So that we are going to be keeping this team. And so I'm pretty sure that he will be playing. I will be playing him as much as I can, even though I want to circulate the players. He's still my first choice. So yeah. And here we see Victor Akinwale has been the best trained player this, and Teddy Perkins has not been. So let's criticize him. Let's move on. Of course, it's a sad thing that I didn't let them go when I think about the money, so that we could have built the training facilities, we could have asked for more coaches, but yeah, we'll just have to deal with it. Nothing more to do. Let's see, a League 2 preview. Yeah, available. The finances, we have 120. Should we try to make that? Let's see, we have staff. Coaches allowed in Welling United. The board will report back on me shortly, because it could really be of use, since I could see that it's very heavy for the coaches, but yeah, they rejected it. That's sad. And Hannibal joins Southampton on loan. So yeah, I don't know if I have too many players, and that is the problem that we have, the workload on the coaches that we have. So it could be, because I think this has gone down from very heavy to heavy. So it could be that we have too many players as well, and that is putting a lot of pressure on the coaches. let's see if we do this and that. We have a light now on handling. All right, very heavy and light out there as well. So yeah, well, let's just move along. It's the last game of this episode. We're gonna meet Yeovil Town away. Let's see what players we need to rest. Jake Fisher injured, so he's not going to be able to play today. So who do we put in? Both of the strikers are tired. The defense looks okay. Jake Fisher is, of course, the most important thing to take out of the team. So let's see, a right to midfielder. We do have Stuart Blackett, but he's not good. Afoka is injured, so we're just going to have to go with him. Stuart Blackett is going to play for Jake Fisher. And of course, we're going to have two strikers coming in. I'm going to give Alfie Matthews the opportunity, and I think it's going to be Sam Dolby today, taking the Neil Flahaven place in the team. And Emil Hughes is tired, so let's bring, I guess, Craig McMahon in. Jude could be doing with the rest, so let's put in Paris Neil. And Joe Bennett is a bit tired as well, but I want to make commercial for him so that he hopefully gets sold pretty soon. And so let's just get this game on the run. Last game of this episode, and let's hope for another 3-pointer, should we? It would be great if we could get a 3-pointer out of this, but of course it's going to be tough. And let's see, we're meeting Yeovil Town, and they are actually there, 16th in the league. So around the place that I thought we were going to be fighting for, are where Yeovil Town is. I actually did thought that we were going to end up there somewhere. Now, we played a lot better than I ever expected, and yeah, it's going to be hard to replace Flahaven and Jake Fisher, I guess. Especially Neil Flahaven, since he's been playing week out and week in there in the striker, making Corey Andrews a lot better than he might be otherwise. But yeah, £1 million we can do with that. Let's just hope that we can get rid of some more deadwood, more players that we don't feel have the potential to come anywhere. We should be able to offload a lot of them, because we of course need the money. We don't need the transfer money. We could use with I would be happy if they paid us, but the bigger thing is, of course, to get rid of all the salaries, and so that is the number one concern, is that we need to do this to lower the wages and get control of the wage budget in this club. And I think this is the 3rd or 4th time or something like that I have gotten myself into this trouble, but I seem to be able to handle it at the end. But I know sooner or later it's all going to end up in a very bad situation when I need to be able to control myself and not sign players on a whim. I feel I have a good sign now. I want to develop these players. There are a lot of young players in the team. The problem is, of course, that as soon as they develop into something, some team comes and buy them. And also, if they don't develop into anything, they cost a lot of money, and they just stay forever in the club. I can't get rid of them. I can't sell them. So it's a it's a hard balance to handle everything. So it's more important that the player that you sign down here that is a success. Like Manchester United can buy a crappy player, they just put him away and everything is okay. But we can't do that. Every single player cost us too much, and what a screamer from Yeovil. This isn't good. We're going to lose this game, it looks like. I have nobody to put in either. I do have Corey Andrews on the bench and Jude. Let's put Jude in. I want to see if Jude can turn this around. We do actually have Emil Huys on the bench as well. See if he can improve. And I'm actually going to put in Corey Andrews as well. We don't want to lose, but we are going to lose. It was too late for all the changes. Damn it. It's one step ahead, two backwards, it feels like. Just one of those days, I guess. And that was the last game of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Do like, subscribe, and all that nice stuff. And stay safe. Comment. Don't forget to leave a little comment. Just say hello. It doesn't really hurt you. But, as I said, stay safe and have fun. And I'll just end with bye 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 bye.